Quick size 67 Chevrolet, lighter, leaner, and meaner. Pete Estes' estimable new Chevy loses 250 pounds. Prepare thyselves, brethren, for these glad tidings of a smaller 67 Chevy are of biblical proportions, considering Chevrolet is the most popular car in the world. For lo unto you, Chevrolet begat the A-body, Pontiac and Olds begat the B-body, and the largest C-body was begotten by Buick and Cadillac. In 1959, Chevrolet traded the A-body for the B-body, which also shared parts like a giant wraparound windshield with the C-body. In '64, the A-body made a sweeping comeback in GM Intermediates, ushering in a torque box perimeter frame under a semi-unit body with curved side windows. The bigger 65B and C bodies were developed as a kind of king-sized A-body. When Pete Estes took the helm of Chevrolet in April of 1965, he inherited a bigger, heavier Chevrolet that had fallen behind in performance. Chevy's then new Mark III 396 V8 was the smallest top engine option of the low-price three. At that time, the long-stroke 427 now debuting was already being tested, but Estes saw a problem. The Chevelle would not be allowed to use the 427 because in '65 GM limited intermediate engine size to 400 cubic inches. Dodge was already offering a 426 cubic inch Coronet, and then the specialty fastback Charger debuted that summer of '65. Pete Estes felt an opportunity had been lost in cost savings and utility. Why waste money making slightly larger full-size parts? Estes figured Chevrolet could reclaim its performance reputation, yet also save money if he could sell a slightly smaller and lighter Impala that would compete in looks and performance with the full-size fastback Charger, but slot in above the Chevelle as Chevy's top-of-the-line supercar, complete with a big 427 V8. So why not simply stretch the A-body to get a full-sized car? Chevrolet Impala SS 427 Fastback is now aimed at Charger and Marlin specialty cars. It's restyled with the Coke bottle belt line and softer windswept profile lifted from the '65 Concours concept car. Like last year's futuristic Olds Toronado, there is a single stamping from the wheel well to the roof with a deep crease establishing the fender line. Its long rear deck and trunk lid avoids Charger and Marlin's humpback look. It has a 3-inch shorter wheelbase, 1.4-inch less front overhang, and 1.7-inch less rear overhang than the '66, now measuring only 207.1 inches long. The 250-pound lighter Impala promises better economy, acceleration, handling, and braking. Caprice Custom Coupe gets a unique formal side quarter window and roofline with more headroom than the Fastback. Chevy says the new 6-inch shorter Caprice Coupe is in a class of one as the only quick-size luxury car. '67 Chevrolet has larger tail lamps. They are bumper-mounted white backup lights and 3 red segments on the Caprice, 2 red lamps and a middle backup lamp on the Impala, and 2 red lamps with a white backup lamp in the bumper on a Biscayne and Bel Air. Caprice has standard cornering lamps that are optional on other models, where the standard grille wraps around to the fenders. Chevrolets now offer fender skirts to imitate the pricier Olds 98 and Pontiac Bonneville. Sport Sedan has a rakish roofline, but offers 2 inches more rear legroom than the Sport Coupe. Length is cut 3.1 inches. Width is down 2.5 inches. 4-door is now only 3.5 inches longer than GM's longest A-body, the Pontiac Tempest. Trunk volume decreases from 18.3 cubic feet to 17 cubic feet. Estes had the '65 Concours show car built on a 120-inch wheelbase A-body station wagon chassis. He proved to GM bean counters that they couldn't discern the difference between a real B-body and a stretched-out A-body. And for '67, Pete Estes Chevrolet redefines the B-body to become a stretched A-body. The result of Estes' estimable effort is a specialty car hiding in a bread-and-butter series, the new Impala 2-door hardtop. The sporting 2-door is based on a shorter, quick-size 116-inch wheelbase, only an inch longer than the Chevelle's. Four doors and wagons continue on with the 119-inch wheelbase. Despite the voluptuous new curves, the 67 is 2.5 inches narrower at 77.1 inches. Front track is down 1.5 inches to 61 inches for a leaner and more muscular stance. The same rear axle from the new Camaro is used with a 60-inch rear tread, 60.5 inches with 6-inch wide wheels. Height remains 54.5 inches on hardtops, 55.4 inches on sedans. Pontiacs have been similarly trimmed by John Delorean, but on 118-inch and 121-inch wheelbases, and differ mostly in using a, you guessed it, wide-track rear axle. Buick LeSabre and Olds 88 remain nearly 80 inches wide and are now classified as C-bodies, giving GM a wider spectrum of car sizes to choose from. SS has standard buckets and console with carpet-lined storage, floor lights, and floor shifter. Caprice Custom Coupe is the only other model on which they are offered. Caprice has acoustical roof insulation, carpeting on lower doors, extra interior lighting, full foam seat padding, and electric clock. Caprice offers Cadillac-like appointments. It has chrome pedal trim, wood grain door panels, and a front center armrest. The Caprice also includes more elemental upgrades like a stronger convertible frame and 283 V8. All big Chevrolets now feature NHTSA mandated padded dash, GM collapsible steering column, four-way flashers, dual circuit master cylinder brakes, 2-speed low-glare wipers, windshield washers, outside rear-view mirrors, folding seat back latches, inside day-night mirror, front seat belt retractors, push-button seat belts, front and rear, backup lights, soft low-profile window cranks, safety door latches, uniform automatic shift quadrant, and smooth contour dash knobs. New steering geometry yields less nosedive, toe-out, and tire scrub when braking, and makes for 10% easier steering. Rear suspension and frame are more isolated for a quieter ride. There's a higher speed starter motor and Energizer battery on the 6 and 283 models. All models but wagons get a bigger 24-gallon gas tank. New oval steering wheel provides a better view of the instruments. The new instrument panel with 7-gauge nacelles is the best Chevy has had in years. It reminds us of the 65 Chevelle panel, which was replaced by a tacky sweep speedometer last year. You'd better get one before they change it back to an unreadable rectangle. The Caprice version has a wood grain appliques. V8 cars have an optional gauge package that includes a tachometer. Station wagons get 6-inch wheels and a 63-inch rear tread shared with Pontiac, allowing them to carry 4x8 sheets of plywood. Narrower body is still 56.7 inches tall and loses only 3 cubic feet of stowage. To 103 on the 2-seater, 98 on the 3-seaters. Caprice has wood grain trim and wheel cover standard. Impala and Caprice offer optional carpeted cargo area. Biscayne wagon comes only as a 2-seater. The 4-door sedan maintains a generous 39.5 inches of rear legroom. Hip room is 62.5 inches, only 1.4 inches less than in 66. At 210.1 inches long, it's only 1 inch longer than the first 58 Impala. It makes Chevy the most space-efficient standard-size car. Impala loses standard bright wheel lip openings and rocker trim, but gains lower body moldings. New wheel covers are standard on SS, optional on Impala. Impala sedan has standard chrome pillar moldings. Convertible is only available in Impala or Impala SS. It gets all vinyl interior trim and a new fixed rear glass window that you don't have to zip out to fold the top. Folding front seats have a safety latch for 67. Drivetrains. There's a standard 155 horsepower 6 or 195 horsepower 283. In rising order of cost are a 275 horsepower Mark II 327, Mark III 325 horsepower 396, or new 385 horsepower 427. Last year's red-hot 396 cubic inch 425 horsepower Corvette engine is replaced with a triple 2-barrel carburetor 435 horsepower 427. The venerable 220 horsepower 4-barrel 283, born in 1957, is axed. along with overdrive first seen in 1955. You get a fully synchronized 3-speed transmission that was new last year, or heavy-duty 3-speed on Mark III engines. The Powerglide 2-speed is available for all engines but the 427. The 3-speed turbo-hydromatic is optional for the 396 and 427 on all models, but Caprice and Impala can also combine it with the 327 V8. The 4-speed is available on any V8 in any body. The 396 with turbo-hydromatic and standard 273 axle ratio delivers great highway economy with supercar power-to-weight ratio of 12 pounds per horsepower. You can order a 331 performance axle ratio on the automatic and 373 on the 4-speed. The new Biscayne loses over 200 pounds, making it all the more tempting to drag racers, since it has only 8.5 pounds per horsepower when equipped with the new 435 horsepower 427. It includes deep twist carpeting and ashtrays, though you must get the Bel Air for a cigar lighter, lighted glove box, a bright metal rub strip, and drip rail. Biscayne has red, blue, or fawn interior. Bel Air adds turquoise. Impala insides come in black, blue, maroon, turquoise, and gold. SS offers red, parchment, black, blue, or gold. Caprice has black or plum interior and black, plum, blue, or gold options with bucket seats or the Stratobench buckets back option. All in all, we call the quick-size 67 Chevrolet a refreshing breath of fresh air. We're glad that Chevy Chief Pete Estes decided to make the Impala relevant again in the super performance arena. The new Chevrolets are more pragmatic and practical, yet more exciting too.